Всем привет! Прошлое видео записалось не до конца. Точнее, там получился маленький казус и сохранилась концовка. В общем, этот промежуток, который не сохранился, я сходил на базу, взял задание, и теперь нам вот сюда. И так, продолжаем.
The path's been used, but not recently. I see tracks.
Got it.
Это еще непонятным посылком. Играли колодец.
Let's give this a try.
Да. Ну давай. Ну, вперед. Мы еще так не катались. Где моя команда?
I wonder if the sages up here know anything about the remnant. It's probably too much to hope they'll share secrets with us.
I wouldn't count on it.
Above!
Опять вот этот паркур. Ну, в принципе, прикольно. Интересная вещь.
Let's do this.
Блин, я уже нормальное оружие. Почему они вместе со мной не поднимаются? Не продумали.
You bypassed that security. How is that possible? An alien?
I'm Ryder, Pathfinder with the Andromeda Initiative, from the Milky Way galaxy.
That does not explain how or why you are able to operate the remnant doors. It doesn't matter. You must leave. We do not entertain guests here.
Havarl's in decline. If you tell me about the lost monolith, I can help fix it. Reset the vault.
It's lost. The memories of its location haven't been reclaimed. On Mithrava, we have accepted Havarl's eventual ruin.
You're just giving up on your planet? Isn't this your birthplace? Don't you want to save it?
A chasm separates want from can. What you ask, no one can give. The memory of the monolith resides within a thread that has slipped from our grasp.
I'm not sure I follow.
Reincarnation. The soul that's returned time and again. An unbroken thread. There was one, long ago, who had knowledge of the third monolith. Zorai, a champion of the Angara from before the Scourge. Zorai's soul has returned and could be made to remember what it knew. But we have no contact with it.
So you're saying there's some way we can make people remember their past lives?
Souls retain within families. An object, heirloom tied closely to that bloodline could cause memories to resurface.
But it's not guaranteed.
It has been known to happen on rare occasions in the past, with other souls. The only known heirloom of Zorai's family rests in an area with active remnant. No one has survived the journey. But perhaps you, Zorai's soul was reborn in Tavos, who is now a Roka. He recently returned to Haval on a mission.
I'll look into this. What have we got to lose anyway?
I will send you the relevant coordinates. We considered Haval a lost cause. But perhaps now, there is hope.
Конечно, есть. Сдаваться нельзя. Я вам помогу. Вот кто как не я.
Esmus lets you wander around with no supervision? You're interrupting our lesson.
Could use more interruptions.
Sorry, I didn't mean to get in your way.
And yet you're still here. As I was saying, the propulsion system that took Bashal to the skies was inspired by 4 remnant pieces. And that's just one. Much of our progress was prompted by the discovery of remnant artifacts.
Where are these artifacts you're talking about?
The few that still exist reside in Aya's repository. However, many have been lost. Though there are rumors that as wilds grow wilder, things long buried may be unearthed.
Unearthed remnant artifacts?
Right on cue.
Funny, Ryder. But come on, aren't you curious? Imagine what we could learn.
you believe the Angara learned crucial scientific ideas from the Remnant?
It is not just belief, it is a matter of record. Some artifacts were even left in unfinished states, likely to demonstrate how they were put together.
I think I'll leave you to your lesson.
About time.
Злая какая. Я ж помочь хотел.
Activating automated forward station deployment.
Наслышал я тебя.
Another memory trigger?
Yes, though my memory array remains locked. Additional triggers are required.
As death nears, it's harder to face the possibility that I might never see Amara again.
Sorry to interrupt, but what's happened?
Ahmad is ill. He hasn't got much time left. Ahmad, perhaps this stranger can help. If they've been to Palev, maybe they've seen something.
I came from Palev, actually. The little research station.
Research station. It used to be a large settlement. A dar. Amara moved them when she left Mithrava.
Palev was overtaken by the jungle, remember? A few cycles ago. Everyone left.
Oh, yes. I remember now. But that means Amara's gone.
There might still be a way to track her down.
All Dara keep records, don't they? If there was an organized evacuation, they would have documented the process.
And the records would state where she went. Pala, that's genius.
Where would they keep those records?
Likely some kind of administrative building. If it still stands, and the machines still work, it's a slim hope. I don't want to impose, stranger, but I would welcome any news of my sister.
Кому интересно, ставьте на паузу, читайте. Итак, нам теперь куда? И как сюда попасть? О, высоко.
You're still here, I see. The soul grows through many lifetimes. By seeing through different eyes, it gains wisdom.
How do you grow if you don't remember?
The growth of the soul is not like the growth of the mind. Memories are not required for the soul to develop. Some, a person may become fixated on what was.
Что не очень интересно. Пошли по главному заданию. Куда ты мне покажешь? Вернуться. Но я хочу вот сюда. Как мне сюда попасть? Ладно, давайте вернемся. Так, нет, стоп. Может, все-таки... Так, а ну-ка я попытаюсь найти туда проход. В общем, я не нашел. Возможно, потом когда-нибудь по заданию оно пойдет. Сейчас я...
Leaving Hаварл. Bridge is yours, Pathfinder.
Jal says Evra is waiting for your call, Pathfinder.
You have new email at your terminal, Pathfinder.
Давайте пойдем по этому заданию. Хоть что-то будем готовить. Ну, сколько заданий здесь? Так, куда-то нам нужно. Сейчас тут миссии попрохожу, потом вернусь на Хаварл. Продолжу уже эту миссию. Гибнущая планета вроде бы, да. Кстати, да, что тут с сестрой? Эти задания. Ну давай, я всем помогаю, я хороший
Boy,
человек.
Pathfinder, today has not been a good day. Why's that? A large shipment of medical supplies intended for Prodromus was intercepted by those damned exiles. Scouts confirmed they've divvied the supplies up among their own outposts. I'll see what I can do about reclaiming them. That would be great. Thanks. Maybe when you come across them assholes, you can rectify all this.
Да без бы. Еще тебе, ну блин, давай.
Pathfinder, I'm Nigel McCoy. Just got out of cryo.
Welcome to Andromeda, Nigel.
Thank you. It's bittersweet, though. My little brother Dash was stationed on the Nexus. I just learned he died on Eos, trying to start a settlement.
That's awful. I'm sorry, Nigel.
Yeah. We were gonna start families out here together. I have a pendant our father wore. Dash had its match. Will you reunite them?
Of course.
In his digital journal, he mentioned a spot on Eos where he'd go to think. If you could leave the pendant there.
Еще на Эос возвращаться.
Harry, what's happening with Sarah?
Well, we got her out of the pod. I don't want to get your hopes up, but Sam managed to, find her, you might say.
I don't follow.
Well, she's still in a coma. But she also has an implant like yours, and Sam managed to access it. He's made contact.
That's incredible. She's okay.
Vitals are steady, but I'm letting Sam take the lead on this one.
Though in a coma, Sarah's mental processes remain intact.
So, is she okay?
You can ask her yourself. A moment while I establish a link with her implant. Proceed.
Sarah? Can you hear me?
Scott? Is that you? What's happening? Where am I?
There was a problem with your stasis pod. You're in a coma on the Hyperion. Do you understand?
I think so. Am I dreaming?
Sam linked into your implant, but they say you're stable. You're safe and sound in the medbay.
This is so weird. I hear you, but I can't feel anything. Where's Dad? Is he doing okay?
I don't know how to say this, but he's dead, Sarah.
What?
It was a freak accident.
But it's Dad. He can't die.
I know. It's been hard on everyone.
I didn't get to say goodbye.
No one did.
What about finding home? Dad kept telling me how beautiful it would be.
Just wait till you see it. It's amazing. Even better than the hype.
At least that's something. But I should be there with you.
You will. And you're going to love it. There's a new discovery every day.
That makes me feel better. At least Mom and Dad are back together. Somewhere.
We will be too. Right here.
I hope so.
What happened?
The connection was only temporary. Her condition remains stable.
Sorry, it seemed better than nothing. I'll keep you posted, promise.
Thanks, Harry.
Ну хоть жива она, и то хорошо. Так, что у нас тут за задание есть? Ясно, значит. Возвращаемся на Хаварлу.
Top scientists have a few answers. The dark energy anomaly known as the Scourge limits travel and communication in the cluster. This is HNS.
Оп, не туда. Никому тут помощь не нужна? Опа, это что тут у нас? А, да, точно.
All clear.
Here we are, one young pyjack. Ready to see Andromeda, huh?
Там нет никого.
Sam, can you send a note to Kesh? Make sure our new friend gets delivered to the Tempest.
Acknowledged.
So how things go?
Tell our leaders, wake the sleepers!
Что это тут за стычка?
Tell our leaders, wake the
Hey, what's going on?
sleepers!
That's your new galaxy. Making speeches about some fresh start while your kids stay frozen.
And it's all thanks to your Pathfinder.
Excuse me?
We've waited months for our families to come out of stasis. They should have gone to your outpost.
But since you think research is so important, military personnel got bumped down the list. Like my clan brothers.
All the reassignments mean they're in 10 different colony blocks now.
And my mother just got caught in the middle.
I founded the outpost. I didn't decide who would stay in stasis.
You don't care that you've torn families apart?
That's not what I said.
Maybe you could still make this right. I just want Mom out of stasis. That's all anyone here wants.
You do stasis revivals. You can tell our leaders you're opening those pods. Today.
Okay. I'll talk to the leadership about what we can do.
14 months of promises. It's time for some results.
We tried petitioning Addison. She ignored us. Screw her. Start with Kandros. He sent those 10 soldiers over there. Maybe he'll take us seriously.
Фу. Опять куда-то бежать.
A ray of hope for sleep-starved residents. Maintenance begins on
Ну,
malfunctioning
надеюсь,
sun lamps,
вопрос будет
causing
решен.
unending daylight in some Nexus quarters. This is HNS.
Ну, чё молчишь?
Glad to see you finally. I hear you've been busy out there.
That's one word for it.
If you need anything, come see me, even if it's just a vent.
I need to talk to you about stasis revival and those protesters in hydroponics.
I see. Maybe I should get the others for this.
Protesters have seized hydroponics?
They want their families out of stasis. The outpost on Eos disrupted the schedule. They're scattered across colony blocks, dozens of people. The protesters want this fixed today.
The realities of our position are...
We can't wake those families. We don't have the resources, and there's nowhere to put them.
We settled Eos. There's no space down there for a few extra?
It's not that simple, Ryder. Everything EOS produces right now is accounted for.
And if we send soldiers to a research outpost, there'll be trouble.
What do you suggest?
Leave the families in stasis where it's safe and get those protesters out of hydroponics. They seem sympathetic, but so did the exiles. We can't risk another revolt. Survival is more important than family reunions.
What would you do with the protesters?
I'd send in a squad and march them out. At gunpoint if we must. If they resist, a few might land in medbay, but it's better than losing hydroponics. Or the Nexus.
We have to look at the bigger picture. Get them out of there.
Kandros?
I'll send in a team, but it might go smoother if Ryder's there.
A good idea. Sometimes we have to give bad news. That's a Pathfinder's duty, too.
Tracking enemy activity. Apex leaders notified.
I'm sorry.
Help you?
Pathfinder Ryder, here to see Nilken Rensis.
Ah, our murderer. Wife's here all the time. Guess she told you her sob story. Nilken, you're moving up in the world. There's a Pathfinder wanting to chat with you.
The Pathfinder, huh? They called in the big guns to exile Andromeda's first murderer.
I'm not here to exile you. Told your wife I'd look into things.
At this point, it's too late. They found me guilty.
Why don't you tell me what happened?
I was part of the futile effort to set up a colony on Eos. We were on our last legs, overrun by hostiles, our leader dead. The security chief, Reynolds, my friend, he refused to call for evacuation. I argued with him. Everyone saw.
So when he was killed, people assumed you did it?
For good reason. He ordered us to regroup and counterattack. We were moving through a sandstorm. I saw movement, thought it was the Ket, and I guess I panicked and fired. A witness saw the chief's chest explode.
Sounds like an accident.
That's what I told them. But I was enraged when we argued. There's a recording. It's ugly. Everyone's certain I did it on purpose so we could evacuate. Only my word otherwise.
Don't throw in the towel yet. I'll review the evidence. Maybe I can find something that'll help.
That would be great. You're a Pathfinder. I'm sure Kandros would give you access. Maybe there's still hope.
Эх, головные боли одни. Сколько заданий. Где это находится?
Has been reported in hydroponics. Security is investigating.
Pathfinder, to cover their tracks, the saboteur is overloading power to this panel from another junction relay. You can scan and trace the connective wiring to locate the surrogate panel.
Secure message from intelligence. Requesting armor cam footage.
Attention, civil disobedience has been reported in hydroponics. Security is investigating. Residents are still working along the guard.
Scanning power junction relays. This panel is malfunctioning. Without more data, I cannot determine if this is a normal malfunction or sabotage.
I'll just disable power to the panel until Raj can check it
Scan
out.
and trace the wiring to locate the panel that the saboteur used.
Pathfinder, I received the data from Sam. It really is sabotage.
Any idea as to who it might be?
Yeah. All these panels were worked on by Zara. I just can't believe it.
Security video logs confirm that Zara Kellis worked on these panels, as well as the one Raj Patil encountered.
Well, shit. Any idea where she is now?
Kellis is currently working on a panel on the Hyperion main deck.
Thanks for understanding. About the outpost and the protesters.
You don't strike me as the political type.
I'm not. Just pro keeping everyone alive. Maybe those protesters will eventually understand too. It's done. I don't want to think about it. Need something else?
I spoke with Nilken Rensis, the man found guilty of the murder on Eos.
Yes, our first murder here in Andromeda. I wish it had been our last. When the colony attempts failed, it didn't help spirits that a high-ranking officer was killed by one of our own. The mutiny here on Nexus was probably inevitable, but this acted as a spark.
It doesn't seem right to put all that on him.
Of course it isn't, but that's the perception. Despite the lack of physical evidence, everything added up. His only defense was, trust me, I didn't mean to do it.
That is the difference between murder and accidental death.
In this case, motive plus opportunity plus eyewitness account equals murder. Look, knock yourself out. A key witness, Cassidy Shaw, works in operations. Go ahead and talk to her. And there's a recording of the perpetrator threatening the victim. I'll let you cue it up on the console there. As far as I'm concerned, this case is closed.
What do you know about the enemies we've encountered? The Ket?
We usually see them on worlds with those alien structures. The Ket don't take kindly to anyone studying them. Not sure why. They don't talk to us. Every time we cross paths, there's a fight or they take prisoners.
Why? What do they want?
No one knows. But I've seen their weaponry and what they do to those prisoners. I want them a long, long way from the Nexus.
It's rough out there. I might need backup, if you can spare the people.
I have strike teams specializing in assault and extraction. If you need serious firepower, my Apex teams have you covered. But that isn't news to you, right?
What brought you out here to Andromeda?
I was tired of being the good one.
The good one?
The Kandros family is old military. There were expectations, you know? Then my sister became a sculptor and cousin Irene went pirate on Omega. Everyone was proud that I stayed in service. But I kept wondering, when do I get my adventure? Jen Garson's dream was so grand, so gutsy, I had to be part of it.
You talk like you weren't part of the leadership. How did you end up commanding the militia?
I was escorting a prospecting team on some moon when those Ket found us. They penned us like cattle for experiments. I managed to get loose, snatched a gun, and freed the others. By the time we killed the bastards and headed back to warn the Nexus, everyone looked at me like I was in charge.
That sounds familiar.
The militia grew from there. Funny, once the heat is on, all kinds of people rise to the top.
Are the other Turians managing okay?
So-so. We're not good at sitting around in a crisis. Service before self gets drummed into us at boot camp. That's probably why so many of us are in the militia. We like to earn our citizenship, whatever galaxy we're in. But it's hard to focus with our arc missing.
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
Спасибо за душевный разговор, но я пошел на другое задание.
The Nexus versus colonist Nilkin, evidence 7A.
Hiram! Hiram! They've seized the compound! Call for evacuation! We're not giving up, Nilkin. We're taking it back. No! I'm not letting your ego get us killed! Even if I have to... No! Get him off me! Get him off me!
Это где? Где это находится? Внизу. Нет. Что за бред? Вот сюда.
Cassidy Shaw? I'm Scott Ryder. I'm looking into the Nilkin murder case.
Oh man, I thought that was over with. Have you heard the audio recording of their fight?
Yes.
I helped pull him off Chief Reynolds. You could see it in his eyes. He was gonna kill him. Then in the sandstorm, I had a pretty clear view of the Chief. He looked right at Nilkin and shouted no. Then his chest burst open. I'll never forget it. The look on his face was pure shock.
Reynolds was leading you back to retake the compound. Did you agree with that?
It wasn't my place to agree or disagree. He was ranking officer. In retrospect, it is ironic. If he hadn't been killed, we all probably would have died.
Did you see any Ket in the vicinity?
Nilkin said so, but not that I could see. Still, the sandstorm was severe. Visibility wasn't great.
Did Nilkin seem remorseful?
I lost sight of Nilkin in the turmoil. When we found him, he seemed in shock. He couldn't speak. He looked nauseated. Could have been guilt. The reality of the act sinking in.
If they'd fought and Nilkin threatened to kill him, why was Reynolds surprised?
Fronts fight, say things they don't mean, maybe even hurt each other. But you don't expect your best friend to shoot you. To me, that's the saddest part. The Chief's heart was broken right before it exploded.
I appreciate the information.
Of course. It kills me we had to leave him behind. He deserved a proper funeral.
So the body was never examined? Important piece of a murder investigation.
Tian wouldn't allow a mission to go back for him. Said it was too dangerous.
И вы предлагаете мне, да? Ну, спасибо.
Ryder, isn't it? Kerry Tavessa, freelance vidmaker. This is Hakim, my producer. I could use your help.
What are you looking for?
Director Tans asked for an uplifting documentary on the initiative. Translation, paint rainbows over our problems. But our problems are history. People deserve the truth, not propaganda.
Maybe a crisis is the time for hope, rather than hard truths.
That was Tan's angle. But if we pretend everything's fine, who does that truly serve? The heart of my documentary will be an interview series. I was hoping you'd take part. I want the dirt and blood of our story, not the convenient fairy tale Tan's looking for. Interested?
You don't mind treading on the initiative director's toes?
What would he do? Pull funding we don't have? I'm game if you are.
Okay, interview away.
Let's start at home. 14 months and the Nexus still isn't finished. Arcs are missing, we have people in exile. By any standard, this wasn't the plan. Our leadership describes these as anticipated issues. Would you agree?
Интересно.
We still have to fix them. Everyone, leaders included, needs to pitch in. Let's be honest about these challenges and how we're going to face them.
Nice. Won't make you popular with the leaders, but it's good to hear. Bandwidth means I'm transmitting in short bursts, so that's all for now. But you can bet I'll have more questions later. You were great. I'll get to work editing.
Да, конечно, без проблем. Что тут у нас было? Ага.
Must be great to see all your hard work on display.
We're seeing more and more.
Congratulations are in order. Peaceful contact with the Angara. It's everything the initiative stands for.
It was amazing. A culture we'd never met before, in a brand new galaxy. I was just glad to be part of it.
It's a moment to savor. In the Milky Way, first contact was a rare event. In the meantime, I am eager to forge diplomatic ties with the Angaran people. We need any allies we can get. Did you have some other business?
I'm looking into the Nilken Rensis murder charge.
And?
I want to go to Eos and retrieve Chief Reynolds' body.
That isn't usually Pathfinder business.
First murder in Andromeda, and I'm impartial. Figured you'd want to get it right.
I think we already have. Though physical evidence will only bolster the case.
The more certain we can be, the better.
All right, but let's keep it quiet. I don't want people thinking we're reopening the case. I hope anything you find reaffirms what's been done, but if it sheds a different light, we'll deal with it. We'll send the coordinates of the murder scene. Good luck.
That's all. Thanks for your time.
Of course, as you pointed out.
Итак, мы возвращаемся на бурю, да? И летим на Хаварл. Все-таки нужно закончить это задание. А, точно.
Just stand down, ma'am.
Or you'll shoot me. Good luck explaining that to my grandchildren.
What happened?
She was about to disconnect the water hoses, threaten all the plants.
They're saying the leaders won't wake our families. Well, this is how far we're willing to go. Their move.
I know this is hard, but for the good of the Nexus, we need you to be patient.
We've already waited. How old will I be by the time Mom's out of stasis?
Take it easy, kid. The Pathfinder's got a point.
I'll go off station if I have to. I'll find anyone who'll actually do something.
You want your mom to wake up and find you exiled? Or dead?
Reese, don't. Anything's better than that. Even the longest wait of our lives.
When our families hear about this...
They'll probably agree with the Pathfinder. You're done here. Come on.
Boom. повышение. О нет, хватит мне ваших заданий. Пошли на бой.
We've had no trouble, Pathfinder.
The human pathfinder has died.
Так. Маскировка. А что? Время действия. И еще 4 очка. Хм. Вот вес бы я убрал, конечно. Максимальный вес. Давайте это тогда. По-моему, это лучше. Штурмовик. А это посмотреть где можно. Ага, вот. Ну, исследователя тут сразу вот 3. Я исследователем останусь. Джал, это... я и забыл про тебя. Надо будет тебе взять в отряд в следующий раз. И тебя тоже. Еще что-то можно тебе кинуть. Ну, давай вот это. Так, все, всех лучше. Возвращаемся на бурю, летим на планету. Закончим уже то задание, если получится. Нет, да, полетим в Солнечную систему. На Эос, например, там тоже задание.
Ryder, could we talk a moment?
Оп, а ну-ка, может, оружие могу создать? другое. А то вот это что-то мне не очень нравится. Вот если бы еще помню, где это. Так, я вроде бы вот нашел. Думаю, вот или Валькирию тоже неплохая. А, тут еще другие есть, я и забыл. Вот снайперская винтовка, здесь урон даже больше, чем в Черной вдовы. Черная вдовы 512, а здесь... Ну, снайперская винтовка это хорошо, конечно. Ну, что-то такое урон слабенький. 50, 30, 80. В общем, или сделаю штурмовую винтовку. Где она? Вот эту. Так, где это? Я ж тебя видел. Вот Валькирия. Или вот эту снайперскую винтовку. Ну-ка, что здесь есть? 87. 40. Что-то какие-то странные оружия здесь. В технологиях реликтов. Ну вот это такая. Или создать эту и мучиться. Очередями нет, не мое. Ну, урон 40, но это мало. Тоже не то. Ну, давайте я тогда создам Валькирию. Да что я и теряю постоянно, вот. Давай. А, тут в разных разные научные данные. Тогда я и отсюда могу взять. А возможно здесь броня хорошая. Но толку мне все равно нет. А здесь что по броне? Реликты. Ну что ты скажешь? Уран нужен. Возможно здесь. А вот здесь все есть. Можно и это. Давайте это исследуем. Дешевый как раз. Снимать здоровье, мне и так его не хватает. Давайте. Подожди. Вот тоже хорошая штука. Броня, может здесь все ж таки нормальные. Кристалл ангар. Нет ничего этого. В общем, сейчас я разберусь и вернусь. Блин, с броней все создал, кроме рук. Титана не хватило.
Looks like our Pyjack friend got out of his cage.
Мартышка?
He'll be fine. Won't he? The exercise will probably do him good.
Did you hear the news from Eos? Asari refugees showed up at the outpost. Only a few, but that's better than none. Bradley says there's an officer in charge, Hidaria. She could know where the Ark is.
We'll head to Eos and see what she knows.
Good. Rumor says Sarissa Theris was on the Asari Ark. Exactly who we need.
Who's she?
Probably the best commando strategist alive. Her biotic shields saved hundreds at the Battle of Kirkus. Apparently, Sarissa's acting as bodyguard to the Asari Pathfinder. She's probably got a plan out of this mess already.
Well, someone's a fan.
No, I just like... Look, we need someone with her experience, that's all.
I'll take someone with that much experience. Another reason to find the Ark.
When you're ready to look, we can catch Hidaria at Prodromos. Wouldn't mind tagging along.
Прочесть письмо, а это... Продать можно что-то, да? Жалко тебя титан нет, тогда сейчас руки без дела. Ладно, пойду экипируюсь. То, что я создал. И будем лететь. А где тут экипироваться? Что-то потерялся аж. Ох, красавец мой. Да я на тебе еще покатаюсь.
Smart stuff up front, powers and back.
10. I'll lend you 30 if you pay me back by tomorrow.
Done. Thank you, Suvi.
Someday I'll find out why you're always strapped for credits.
Что еще тут? Нет, потом. Сейчас нужно возвратиться сюда. Так, а ну-ка я сейчас проверю. Вернусь. Итак, приземлился на планету, сменил костюм на гиперстража вот этого и поставил еще снайперскую винтовку. Пистолет и вот снайпер. Хреновая, конечно, но... А ну как ты стреляешь? Нет. Очередями. Ну что за говно? Ну блин. Так, теперь идем вот сюда. Ты охренел. Так, все, пошли на задание. Ни хрена себе там, брат. Нам нужно пробраться тихо. Но, видимо, не получится. Долго сомневался, что здесь будет его. Надо без агрессии, пожалуйста. Я просто убью спокойно и пойду. Нужно продать эту всю хрень, что я насобирал. Но это как-нибудь потом.
Enemies!
Даже так? Ух ты! Как тебя не падаю постоянно. Вот нравится, почему вы на меня не
Pathfinder, we are approaching the location provided by Esmus.
Stay sharp, everybody. There's supposed to be remnant crawling all over this place.
Да ну, нет. Фу, чуть не умер. Да, в смысле? Куда это я упал? Вот не упасть бы.
reincarnation. I'm just going with it, I guess.
As Miss said, it's within families. Maybe it has something to do with that. Some kind of genetic memory? An ancestor's experiences becoming instinct in their descendants. I mean, Asari can share memories.
Got it. Looks like it might have been some kind of glove. Or gauntlet? Smashed, though. Inside's studded with contacts. Could have been used for some kind of input.
I wish we could study it instead of giving it to this Tavos person.
Забрали и ушли. Ну, как бандиты прям. Куда дальше? Ага. Сюда. Это тот мост разрушенный. Наконец-то я попаду на вторую сторону. Точнее, положено. Я вас.
We just want to talk.
They don't seem to be the talking type.
Вылази. Легкий магазин. Так, давайте сохранимся.
Activating automated forward station deployment.
Для перемещения. Так, что тут у нас есть? Просто прямо бежим. Нет, я хочу исследовать, вдруг ресурсы найду. А мне они катастрофически нужны. Вот тут. Он меня бьет за это.
Think that's it?
показывает, что с себя ничего нельзя взять. Ну, контейнер. Хрень одна. Знаете, что полезно? Сейчас по окраине пройдусь. Вот. Что ты там сзади стреляешь? Из-под земли. Так, неважно. Ну здесь ничего полезного. Ладно, пошли на задание.
Above!
Hostile shuttle incoming.
Не то. Укрытие. Вот. Сильный пистолет, конечно. Сюда не. О, не нужно меня бить. Меня мало. Все. Так, нужно патрону. И подлечиться. Так. Быстрее за вас. Ну что ты так долго? Ты издеваешься.
my charge. And now you'll crown that achievement by killing me too. Does that please you, savage?
I had to defend myself. Your men didn't stop to let me speak.
Shooting first has saved us from countless encounters with Ket.
I think it's pretty obvious I'm not Ket.
You're an alien. You cannot be trusted. Tell me why you come here, so I know why I've died.
The sages on Mithrava think you could remember the location of the third monolith. Because you used to know where it is, in a past life.
The sages sent you. Those secretive fiendbrains with their scutting... They don't even care that their people are being enslaved and killed by Ket. My friends died for this?
I'm very sorry. I'm just trying my best to find the third monolith and save Havaral. I have an artifact, or heirloom or something. I'm going to set it down, and I need you to take hold of it.
What? And?
Ryder, I don't think it's working.
Wait. There are things like this in the museum on Aya. Ancient Angaran tech. This fits over a hand. Contacts on the inside for my electric control of... What did you do to me?
Are you all right?
I know things. The underground monolith. I remember. Pain. Desperation.
I need you to take me there, please. If you do this, we can save Havaral, together.
You're an alien. I can't trust...
Then let me try to earn your trust. Please.
Deep beneath the surface, but not far. Meet me here. These coordinates. I will guide you the rest of the way. Just let me compose myself first.
Все, теперь вот сюда, да? Думал сюда. И вот здесь еще что-то. А вот сюда как попасть? Ух ты! Кристалл ангара, броня. Нормально так. Что тут мне просканировать предлагают? Что я здесь должен найти?
If one of these buildings contains records of Palev's evacuation, we could figure out where Emerge's sister went.
It's...
Cables. Could use these to reroute power to that console.
И... Что мне это дало? Я же подошел, нажал кнопку. И чё? Ничего не произошло. Нет, не сюда. Ты орешь?
Old generator. Might still work. That should get that console up and running again.
О, привет.
This is it. Amara Dozen. This must be her. They moved her across the planet.
Downloading information.
Let's get this to Amerd.
Итак, к мудрецам, вот это мне опять наверх подниматься. А, нет, стоп. Я же могу сделать вот так.
Did you find anything about my sister?
Конечно,
Your sister was moved across Havaral. This data drive should have the specifics.
Thank you. With all this information, I could see Amara again. But the thought of leaving frightens me. This is my home. If I leave, I abandon my duties. What if I never get to come home again?
I can't say if leaving is right for you.
I don't want to die in an unfriendly place. If I leave, that's something that could happen. Perhaps a message, a letter. Perhaps that will be enough.
Итак, спасибо за просмотр, подписывайтесь на канал, ставьте лайки, комментируйте. Надеюсь, вам понравилось мое видео. До новых встреч!